Hello everyone, my name is Dale, and today on Inception Gaming we're going to be doing something a little bit more exciting than dodo taming and Lystrosaurus taming. We're going to be taming our first medium-sized dinosaur, the Parasaur. Before we get started, I'm just going to go over what you're going to need to be able to tame this creature easily. And that's going to start us off over in the Engrams tab. So making sure that you guys have got some Engram points left over, which you gain by leveling up, by the way. If you go over to the Engram menu, we're going to want to look for something called the bowler. There it is right there. And the bowler requires 15 fibre, 3 hide, 3 stone, and 10 thatch to be able to craft it. So we're going to firstly want to make probably 2 of these, just like so, by pressing E if you're on PC. And then they are going to craft up. And the only other thing that you're going to need is the club, which we've got from previous taming tutorials. And you're going to want the materials required if you need to repair the item. We actually don't need to repair the item right now, but if you hover over the crafting sort of blueprint, you can see what you're going to need, and it's going to be fibre and wood. So as long as you've got some leftover fibre and wood in your inventory, guys, you're going to be set to be able to tame this Parasaur. So on the way over, I know exactly where we've got one stashed on the island here, so I'm just going to take a slow walk over here whilst talking to you guys about the facts and the details of such a dinosaur. So, the Parasaur, or Parasaur, is actually in the dinosaur group, as opposed to the bird or synapsids like the dodo or Lystrosaurus. And it is also a herbivore, meaning it eats vegetables, plants, and berries, and things like that. The temperament is a new one we haven't seen before. It is actually skittish. When you attack the Parasaur with anything, fists, club, spear, bowler, slingshot, it will always run away. It will never attack you. This creature is a very, very passive creature. The Parasaur is indeed tameable, rideable, and breedable, and it goes through the method of eggs. There's our guy. I think there was one more up here as well somewhere. So it goes through the egg method of breeding, where it lays an egg. You have to incubate the egg, and then it will hatch a baby Parasaur. It is not torpor immune, so you can knock this creature out eventually. And following that, the taming method for this creature is actually knocking it out. The basic kibble is its preferred kibble type. Its preferred food is indeed crops. Failing that, it is then berries, being the major berry, and other berries. And it has medium-sized feces. There's one right there, actually, which I've actually been collecting up for a future video ready for you guys. So, jumping into the taming of this creature. Hold up for 2 seconds. Only 5% of the people that watch my videos are actually subscribed. So guys, what are you doing? Subscribe. It's free, and you can change your mind later if you need to. The easiest way to do this is actually by throwing a bowler at it. So if we grab the bowler that we crafted, I'm going to throw this into slot number 6 just here. And this creature can break out of the bowler relatively quick. Not stupidly quick, so just give you time to knock it out, but relatively quick. And the first thing you're going to want to do is grab your bowler, and you're going to want to charge it up, keep looking at the Parasaur, and then throw it. Quickly switch over to your club and start smacking this puppy in the face. And using the club doesn't do too much damage to the creature, and also knocks it out a lot faster than with the fist or with the slingshot. And you're just going to want to keep on hitting the Parasaur. It's only doing 6 damage per hit. I'm going to keep on going here. And the reason that you make sure that... There we go. The reason that you've got the materials left over for the club is if you're taming up a really high-level Parasaur, guys, you're going to want to make sure that you've got materials, if your club breaks, to repair it as soon as possible. And then you can keep on knocking at a creature. So if it is like level 120 or something, then you can do that quite easily. So this guy is a much bigger guy than the dodo. We have a dodo around here somewhere, actually. I could actually use this as a comparison. Okay, so he's just knocked out. Looking at his unconscious bar, it's only come down a tiny little bit there. And looking at the dodos already, it's come down the same amount. So this guy's torpor goes down much, much slower. And I didn't explain what torpor was in a previous video, guys. And torpor is this statistic right here. It is how knocked out the creature currently is. When this bar drops all the way down to the bottom, the creature is no longer knocked out and it wakes up, and your taming process has to restart all over again. Now that is something that's really good to do if your creature has been attacked. So let's say you've got a level 120 creature that you're trying to tame up, and you really want it to get that high level boost from taming. If your creature gets attacked, the effectiveness of that tame actually drops substantially. So then what you can actually do then is if you let it wake up and knock it out again, it resets that taming effectiveness completely, which is a really handy thing to do. So this guy's not going to take long to tame up. I've actually got some major berries here, and I'm pretty sure, can I don't want to transfer all of them because he's just going to wake up and eat them all. I think if you shift T, yeah, it only transfers half. There we go. So that's 1 berry, 2 berries, 3 berries, 4 berries. That is that done. And there we go. That is our Parasaur under method number 1. Now, I can go down the route of loads of other methods with taming the Parasaur, including narcotic arrows. Without using the bowler, you can just chase after it and stuff like that. Guys, honestly, bowler and club it is honestly the easiest method in the game. Oh, we might as well tame up this dodo actually whilst we're here. And we're just going to do that and then take the berries off him again. Happy days. And then we'll just take the berries off him again as well. Nice. And then the only other thing about the Parasaur, guys, is obviously this guy's riding, which is quite cool. So if you go up into your engrams once again, and you look at the Parasaur saddle, which is next to the bowler, you need fiber, hide, and wood. If we go ahead and unlock the Parasaur saddle, and the Parasaur saddle will be here. If you craft one of those up using the 50 fiber, 80 hide, and 15 wood. Oh, there's the other guy. And then what you can do is equip that saddle into the saddle slot. The saddle equips just like so, and then you can go ahead, if you're close enough to them, you can go ahead and ride them like this. Very cool, very, very cool. And one really helpful fact about the Parasaur in the early game is that it can have a lot of weight. It's got a massive carry weight, 547. And the other thing is that it can harvest berries. It's a very early tame mount for harvesting berries. Thatch, it's not too bad at, but obviously bearing in mind that if you're collecting the wood as well, you're also going to have the carry weight substantially increase, and it's not going to be able to carry as much. You'll notice this is already half full already. But this guy is amazing for harvesting major berries and narco berries, both used heavily in the early game. And the other thing as well is if you look at how long the berries last, so that is 26 minutes for the stack of 98 on me. It is 6 minutes. So it substantially increases how long things will last on him as well. So we've leveled them up, so let's just go ahead and put the thing up. We get a little animation of him leveling up as well, which is very cool. A very, very awesome creature. And the only other thing as well is that this guy's stamina just doesn't drop. So you can cover a very long distance in a very short amount of time with the Parasaur as well. However, we do have a dodo following us, so yeah, that's that. So I'll go ahead and get back to the house, guys, and I will meet you there. All right, everybody. So I went ahead and tamed up the other Parasaur that was down there, as well as three more dodos, apparently. So the only other thing about the Parasaur, which is an incredibly, incredibly helpful feature, is if you're looking for aggro dinosaurs, so carnivores and things like that, any dinosaur with temperament of aggressive, where they will actively seek out to kill and harm other dinosaurs, is the Parasaur can detect those creatures. So I'm hoping, yes, okay, there's a Dilophosaurus just over there, okay? So if you just look right over to the left there, right above my player's head right now, there is a Dilophosaurus, okay? And if you were to right-click on PC when you're riding the dinosaur, it does that. And it has detected an enemy. That little red circle means it has detected an enemy. There is no other enemy in the area. But as that creature moves, you can keep doing it, and there we go. Enemy detected over there. And, oh, and actually it's actually detected the Ichthyornis over there as well, which is quite cool. And that is the other feature of the Parasaurolophus, okay? And there we have it, guys. The Parasaurolophus tamed up and ready to ride and travel the world with. If you find this helpful, go ahead and leave a like down below. Subscribe if you want to see more just like this one. And guys, I really hope you enjoy the rest of your day. Goodbye.